Hello everyone and welcome. We're finally here in the Diocese of Kalookan in the parish of Santo Niño de Pasión.
Yes.
And we have with us Father James. Father James is a priest of the Diocese of Kalookan, but as you can see, he's not dressed like a regular priest. So I'll leave it to Father James to tell us why he's dressed like that. So Father James.
First of all, it's a pleasure for me to welcome you here in our little parish of the Santo Niño de Pasión. I am Reverend Father James Antonio del Rosario, a priest of the Diocese of Kalookan and a member of the Priestly Fraternity for Diocesan Priests of the Discalced Carmelite family. I'm a priest for 7 years. I was ordained July 18, 2014 and was assigned as a director of liturgy for the diocese and also is serving as exorcist. And 4 years ago, I was assigned here in this parish in Navotas to serve as parish priest.
So Father, you are what some would call a secular priest or a diocesan priest. What is your regular Sunday schedule like, for example?
My regular Sunday schedule would usually go around the usual schedules of masses and celebration of the sacraments. But you know, when I was sent here in this parish, the bishop said, be a presence of Christ for the people. So what I have strived to do and still striving to do right now as a priest here is to go out, to be with the people. So usually I would go to the streets, to the alleys and just say hi to them and greet them and just listen to their stories and just wearing my cassock as a diocesan priest. And you know, it has changed lives because they felt the church is very much involved in their lives. The church is very much part of who they are and they feel that the church is family. And even in this time of this pandemic, when we go out, especially when we give assistance, they would always recognize that this assistance comes from people who are helping them by means of the church, and they could identify and feel this belongingness to the church. So aside from our usual sacramental duties as a priest, our ministry as diocesan priest is really to become a presence for the people of God, especially those, because here our diocese is really the diocese that have a lot of parishioners who are in the margins of society, brother.
So you mentioned that you go out in the cassock, but today, you know, I'm sure they can see that today you are in the habit of a Discalced Carmelite. You are, as you said, a member of the, you know, let's shorten it, you know, we call it the Priestly Fraternity of the Discalced Carmelite, the OCD Priestly Fraternity. Father, what can you share with us a little bit about what is this OCD Fraternity?
It is a very beautiful discovery for me. First of all, I could say that even in the diocesan seminary, our first and foremost vocation promoter is none other than the rest of the Child Jesus. So it was she who introduced me to the Carmelite family, and because of her life of simplicity, her prayer for those being formed toward the priesthood, and also her little way, her theology of the little way has really affected me even before this pandemic began. But you know, when this pandemic started and everything seems to have been in lockdown, seems to have been in cloister, we could say, me and some of my brothers in the diocesan clergy recognize the beauty of contemplation in cloister and in prayer. You know, I have a friend, diocesan priest, belonging to the Diocese of Cubao, and said, you know, Tol, I was able to pray the whole liturgy of the hours every day during this time of this pandemic, and it has really helped me, and I have realized the value of prayer. And then, so the grace of God led me to know the Discalced Carmelite nuns of Gilmore, and then they opened to me a kind of third order for diocesan priests. Before the Second Vatican Council, the third orders usually have laity with them and also diocesan or secular clergy with them. It's really a gift, I guess, a realization from the heart of the church. I remember a certain Carmelite priest, no, Father Maria Eugene of the Child Jesus. He was a discalced Carmelite and now a blessed, and he said, I wish we had helps who would live the Carmelite spirituality through and through as we friars do, but could go where we are not necessarily called to go. So Father Maria Eugene recognized that there should be an openness for a new kind of way of life in the Carmelite family that accepts, we could say, laity and clergy who could live out the Carmelite life even in the secular world. And 2 years now have passed, and we have this fraternity began here in the Philippines to accommodate such a beautiful need for us diocesan priests to realize the need for prayer, the need for contemplation. And so I applied to the Carmelite Fathers by the help of Father Paulo Gamboa of the OCD Friars, and they accepted me willingly, openly to this kind of spirituality wherein we, diocesan priests, staying in our parishes, serving the diocese with the blessing of the bishop, but having this spirituality of the Carmelite family, the beautiful spirituality of prayer and contemplation. And so I was accepted, and I really saw the fruits of it in my own life as a diocesan priest. Before, my primary duties is to minister, to serve, just to be a presence for others. But you know, when you do that, suddenly you feel tired, you feel you have used up all your energy, all your capacity. But then, in returning home, having this Carmelite spirituality, I recognize that the parish convent is a small Carmel, a small place where a diocesan priest could spend his life in silent prayer, in contemplation and conversation with God. You know, even this religious this Carmelite habit I am wearing also inspires the people, because we are allowed to wear this habit during the feasts of our Blessed Mother and of also the feasts and memorials of Carmelite saints. And when they see me at prayer inside the church, they're also drawn to pray with me. So I have begun praying the Liturgy of the Hours in church, and they see me and they see the value of it and join me, especially in Eucharistic adoration. So I could say that my life as a diocesan priest have been enriched by the Spirit of Carmel in finding God in ordinary things and having that friendship with the Lord and just being with Him who knows, loves us according to our Holy Mother, Saint Teresa.
I think it's a genius idea, Father, because the Carmelite friars throughout the world, we do not perform the same roles everywhere. So, for example, in France, they are more cloistered, more contemplative. In the Philippines, we operate parishes. So, in places where we are more cloistered, so to speak, this idea of the parish priests being part of the family of Carmel allows us to go to places where we would not usually be found, like in a parish setting. And of course, like I said, Father, people also, the laity, become more aware. It allows us, like maybe to put it in a not so pious way, it's like a franchise outlet of a fast food.
Oh, yeah.
People see it and they say, yes, this is Carmelite spirituality that we can do. So, Father, you're doing us a great favor. We get to go to places that we would not usually be found. Our manpower is sort of like expanded. We take the message of Carmel elsewhere, and also little, like you said, the rectory of the parish priest becomes a small Carmel. So the mountain of Carmel has its little small hills elsewhere also. So we're very grateful to that, Father. And viewers, Father is the only priest here in his parish. So on a Sundays he has 5 masses. And it's very taxing for, I'm sure, for a priest to do 5 masses on a Sunday. So has this spirituality helped you in this? Because for us it's not usual. We have, when we friars live in community, we have maybe 8 priests, and then of course you get to distribute the labor. But here you're by yourself. How has being immersed in Carmelite spirituality allow you to cope with this workload? I mean, it's a holy workload. I don't want to say it's a business.
I remember Father Paulo, when he accepted me to the Carmelite family, he said that before you just pray by yourself, but now you have a family of friars, sisters, laity, and everyone praying with you during the liturgy of the hours. And I guess that is where I was able to get this energy, to say 5 masses a day, knowing that in all of those hours I have the spiritual support of nuns and brothers and priests praying for me. And also, even in the midst of those 5 masses, I'm still able to put, or insert the liturgy of the hours in there and Eucharistic adoration there. And then at the end of the day, I would just wonder, how was I able to survive one Sunday? And then I would just say, it's the grace of God. It's because of the strength coming from the spirituality, the prayer life of my dear brothers and sisters in the Carmelite family. That's why I'm so happy that and so thankful for the province of the Philippines for allowing us, the diocesan priests, to see and experience the beauty of Carmel and live up to the spirit of beauty of Carmel through and through as the diocesan priest could.
And of course, Father James is not the only Carmelite in his parish, because the Confraternity of the Blessed Virgin Mary of Mount Carmel is also present here. So among the lay people also the spirit of Carmel is well and truly present.
Yes, and we have about 35 members of the Confraternity of Our Lady of Mount Carmel, and we come for formation, for prayer, and most of them are teachers, and so they somehow have this work of apostolic work by means of guiding the young people and leading them towards devotion to the Blessed Virgin Mary, and also to share the beauty of the saints of our family, of our Carmelite family.
I'm sure Father has many other masses to say today, so we will let him go. So we thank Father James. Thank you for your time, for allowing us to do this interview, and for our second opportunity to come here to the parish of Santo Niño de Pasión. So thank you very much, Father.
Thank you very much also, and please pray for me also, dear brothers.
That's right, Father. We surely will. We keep all the members of the Carmelite family, whether nuns, friars, lay members, priest members, in our prayers, especially every morning. Remember the great Carmelite family. Even those of in the extended family, the CMT, CMs, and the Notre Dame de Ville also. So all of us are united together in this great Carmelite family. So thank you once again very much, Father. And yes, we will let Father get back onto his busy role as a priest here, and we'll see you some other time. So thank you very much. Bye.